Good evening, you're with Up South, the show that brings to you real journalism. Journalism that goes beyond the metros to the real India. I'm T.S. Sudhir. On the show, 3 shocking stories that come from Wayanad in Kerala, Mandya in Karnataka and Mehboob Nagar in Telangana. And you would wonder if this is really the India that we're all living in. Let's start with this absolutely tragic story of medical apathy from the Wayanad district of Kerala, where a mother lost her 3 children, all newborn, within hours of their being delivered. The Adivasi woman, Anita, gave birth to triplets, but none of them survived. Yes, there were premature babies, but the system in the district completely failed to provide her with any medical support. On Wednesday, Anita was taken to the nearby hospital after she developed labor pain. The gynecologist on duty at the district hospital in Mantawadi was not present. The nurse asked Anita to then go to the medical college, but Anita's pain grew and she went to the community health center where she gave birth to a son. She was then taken to the Kalpeta General Hospital about 40 kilometers away. She gave birth to another son and a daughter in the ambulance. The ambulance also had no proper medical help.
അങ്ങനെ ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് പോയി പനമരത്തുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ആംബുലൻസിൽ പനമരത്തുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും അവിടെ നിന്ന് സീരിയസ് ആയി. പിന്നെ അവിടെ നിന്ന് ഹെൽത്ത് സെൻ്ററിൽ അവിടെ കയറ്റി. പിന്നെ അവിടെ നിന്ന് പ്രസവം നടന്നു. ആരും വന്നില്ല. ഇപ്പോൾ ഡോക്ടർ ഇല്ല എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു ഇന്നലെ ഇവിടെ. അപ്പോൾ ഡ്യൂട്ടി ഡോക്ടർ ഇല്ല, ആരുമില്ല.
We have given direction to DHS to inquire about the matter. Our DHS already done an inquiry, detailed inquiry about the matter, and he taken action about the action to the doctor absent at that time.
Right. Joining me on the phone line from Thiruvananthapuram is my colleague Revathi Rajivan. Revathi, the health minister there, making the doctor who was missing the villain of the piece. But clearly the system is equally at fault, because here was an expecting mother. The system there in Wayanad should have known that she needed care, but really nothing was in place to ensure that she could have a safe delivery.
So clearly there has been a system failure along with the doctor's fault was not present at the right time at the nearest hospital. And why there was a system failure? Because the distance between this lady's house and the hospital that where she gave birth to her 3rd child was 40 kilometers. And the hospital that the nearest hospital doctor referred her to was in another district. And also during the 6 months there will still be complications. This is a premature birth of the 3 babies, but they could have been saved if she had adequate medical support. Now, any cases in Wayanad, any such complications is usually referred to Kozhikode Medical College, which is in another district, because there is no neonatal care ICUs anywhere in the district. So it is very often that we hear cases like this where children of people from backward areas in Wayanad and Attapadi areas die because of no sufficient medical support.
Right. Pretty shocking that this is coming from a state like Kerala. Revathi Rajivan, thanks a lot for joining us there from Thiruvananthapuram. Now, this shocking story comes from Mandya district of Karnataka. The principal of a government school stripped 12 girls after it was found that a 100 rupee note had gone missing, and then she tried to search from the girls if any one of them had stolen the note. This was after one of the students complained that her money had been missing.
12 girls were strip searched in a school in Mandya in Karnataka. A student complained to the principal that she was missing rupees 100. When the headmistress demanded to know who had stolen the money, no one responded. The principal then took the matters in her own hands and asked the students to close the doors of the classroom. And then she started frisking the girls. When no money was found, the principal then forced 12 of them to strip naked. The girls who had been strip searched complained to their parents. The worried parents protested against the school.
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದು ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಸ್ತ್ರೀ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದರಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಪೋಷಕರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ದೇನೆ ಆ ಅಮ್ಮ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಾಗಿಲು ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ
ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೇಡಿಕೆ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು ಈಗ
ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಇವರು ಬೇರೊಂದು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೂ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂತ ಇದಿಲ್ಲ ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಕೆಲಸದಿಂದನೇ ಅಮಾನತ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವರನ್ನ ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ ಈ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಮನವರಿಕೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
The State Education Department has suspended the headmistress and began an inquiry into the matter. The case has now been referred to the Women and Child Welfare Department, who will probe further. With Rohini Swami, Bureau Report, India Today.
Joining me now from Bengaluru is my colleague Rohini Swami. Rohini, ever since I mentioned that we are carrying this story on Up South and India Today, there has been outrage on Twitter and other social media. Clearly, the point that it makes is that there is no sensitization done. The fact that this lady rose through the ranks to become the headmistress of the school in Mandya is pretty shocking.
And the sensitization of teachers and especially the staff of school is what the parents have been demanding. And that's what, even if you hear the sound bite of what the parents have said, they have said things like that if this principal continues to work in another place after her suspension also, then she may continue to do so. The whole idea is that they are demanding and they're saying that it's the government that should also step in and allow not only interaction between the parents and the teachers in such kind of situations. If there's any problem, then the parents also should be involved rather than punish the children in school. Sensitization is a very important point, especially when it comes to schools, because these children are very young, and especially at this age, if this kind of incidents take place, it could scar them and mar them for life.
Absolutely, it would scar them for life. Rohini Swami, thanks a lot for joining us. It's shocking that an incident like this takes place a day before Teachers' Day. Right, tomorrow is Teachers' Day, the day we pay homage to the men and women who played an important part in shaping our future. But travel to Mahbubnagar district of Telangana and you would find that it is a land of no teachers. There are many schools there in that part of Mahbubnagar bordering Karnataka where no teacher is willing to go and work. This is silent, bloodless murder in India's youngest state.
This young one is the teacher to his 74 classmates in the Chaman Khan Dodi Primary School in Mahbubnagar district of Telangana. Disinterested students prefer a nap to learning ABCD. Not the inspired India Mahatma Gandhi and B.R. Ambedkar would have imagined. The boy does not have a choice. There is no teacher at this school. When we reach Hinduvasi Zilla Parishad High School at around 3 p.m, it was like the extended lunch break is still on. That is because the primary section with 338 students has no teacher. While class 6 to 10 with 168 students have only one teacher, who teaches only Telugu and social science.
సార్ వాళ్ళు ఉంటే పాఠాలు చెప్తారు సార్, సార్ వాళ్ళు లేకుంటే పాఠాలు ఎవరు చెప్పాలి సార్? మాకు పాఠాలు చెప్పనందుకు అస్సలు ఈ బడేనా కాదా అనిపిస్తుంది సార్ మాకు.
నేను 10th క్లాస్ చదువుతున్నాను. మా హై స్కూల్కి ఇద్దరే టీచర్లే ఉన్నారు. ఎలా చదువుకోవాలో అర్థం కాదు. రేపు వచ్చే బోర్డ్ ఎగ్జామ్లో ఏం రాయాలో కూడా తెలియక చాలా ఇబ్బంది పడుతున్నాం.
Particularly in Hyderabad, bordering Karnataka, similarly bordering Maharashtra area, teachers are not going there. So we want to fill up those posts with Vidya volunteers.
It is as if teachers are an endangered species in this part of Mahbubnagar bordering Karnataka. The Boyalugudum Upper Primary School has just 2 teachers for 414 students in classes 1 to 8. Help comes in the form of Purnima, a volunteer appointed by the local panchayat to teach at a salary of 1,000 rupees a month.
All play and no work will definitely make this young talent into dull boys and girls. by making no effort to appoint teachers. It is as if the state has abdicated its responsibility towards its Gen Next. In Mehbubnagar district with camera person Manohar, T.S. Sudhir for India Today. So will anything change in Mehbubnagar and in Mandya on Teachers' Day that India celebrates tomorrow? Moving on to political news. Now the BJP got a majority in the Bengaluru municipal elections, but will the BJP get its own mayor? That's a million-dollar question, because if the Congress and the JDS decide to team up, the BJP will be denied its man in the top job of the mayor of Bengaluru. Now this is how the numbers add up. Now out of the 198 seats in the corporation, the BJP won 100, the Congress 76, the JDS 14 and 8 independents. But since MPs, MLAs and MLCs from Bengaluru too have a voting right, the BJP has a total of 125 votes if you add up all the MPs and MLCs votes as well. The Congress and JDS have 122 votes, but if the Congress manages to woo the independents onto its side, it may actually be able to pip the BJP to the top post. And the arrangement is that if the Congress gets the mayor's post, the deputy mayor will be from the Janata Dal.
It's very evident Janata Dal have taken their corporators to a resort in Cochin. Equally, Congress members have taken the independents to the resort in Cochin. They have been lured by a ruling party. Not only that, they are including non-members as the members of BBMP voters for the coming mayoral poll.
Now this news coming from Chennai that kind of exposes a certain kind of mindset. Tandeep Singh, a resident of Chennai, was asked to remove his turban allegedly at the Vadaparani metro rail station in the city. This despite him telling officials that removing his turban was against his religion and he should not be asked to do it. But the guards at the metro rail station, however, claimed that they were asked to follow such instructions. Following the incident, Tandeep Singh took to social media site Facebook to express his shock over the demand. Tandeep's Facebook status spoke about how this is not the first time something of this has happened to him. His status goes on to say that such requests, however, were not made to him even when he travelled to the USA. He added that the guards relented only after he insisted that he wanted to speak to the survivor. According to sources, Chennai Metro Rail Limited contacted and apologized to Singh after the incident came to light and assured him that the issue would be looked into. Right. On Tuesday, a person on the pretext of taking a test ride at the Harley-Davidson showroom in Hyderabad rode away with the bike, giving the person following him on another bike the slip. And for the last 48 hours, the police had been in search for him. The only clues were the CCTV footage which had captured his images outside the showroom. The Hyderabad police has now arrested him in Mumbai. In fact, he seemed to have done the test ride right from Hyderabad to Mumbai. We are told that his person's name is T. Kiran. He works at the ONGC on Mumbai offshore. He's a graduate of IIT Madras and his father lives in Hyderabad and is a former army officer. The police had gathered from CCTV footage at different traffic junctions that he had proceeded on the Mumbai highway. Kiran and the bike are being brought back to Hyderabad from Mumbai. Right, and finally, this is a delightful story, I must tell you. Harpita and Harpit are twins, 9 years old. What's remarkable about them is that they have a vocabulary of about 50,000 words, which is why it's not surprising that they're among the top 12 contestants on the Great Australian Spell Bee contest. The final contest is scheduled in less than 2 weeks from now. Their parents are originally from the Vellore district of Tamil Nadu and they moved to Australia in 2007. Father Pandyan Annamalai is a software architect, while Mother Lakshmi Priya, who you see in those pictures, is a physiotherapist. The family is in Chennai at the moment and Shisha Reddy is right now joining me from Chennai with Harpita and Harpit. Shisha, I wouldn't want to pit my vocabulary against Harpita and Harpit, but now that they're just days away from the big finale, what are they saying? Are they spelling out their feelings to you?
Well, that's right, Sudhir. It's quite amusing to see these two young kids who are barely 9 years have penchant for long words, and there are many words that even people like us would find it difficult to even pronounce these words or even spell these words, but they can just do it without any hesitation, in fact. And of course, they have been figured in top 12 in the Great Australian Spelling Bee, but they're not nervous, though the final contest is next week, right? So aren't you nervous at all?
Not really, actually. It's pretty relaxing on that stage. I just go up, just like home, we're just studying in front of our parents, except there are a few cameras there and a big audience, and I think that should be good. It's just pretty casual.
Right. So how do you remember? Because, I'm told that you can remember more than 50,000 words in the English dictionary, so that's not easy to.
Yeah. So the way I remember words is I read the origin of the words. A French origin word is baguette. In the end, it sounds like et, but it's spelled like E-T-T-E. Yeah. A Greek origin word is amphibious. It's not F, it's PH. Yeah. Even though PH sounds like F, it's PH, yeah.
Right. So how do you remember? You remember the same way like he does?
Well, I do remember it like that, but there's actually sort of a learning process we follow, not like about every day, half an hour each day. The first thing we do is we pick a new word, like, for example, it will be on the internet, on a dictionary or a word list. After we do that, we have an iPad and we have like a few dictionaries on that. So we hear the pronunciation, the definition, origin, and etc. Antonyms, synonyms. After we learn all those just extra things, what we do is we write the words on the board. We try to use colors, so then when we see the words, we can actually sort of remember the words. So if we've written the word scientific, and if we wrote it in red, and then we would think, as somebody asks us scientific, I'll be, hey, wasn't that word in red? And yeah, we would remember that. The next thing we would do, we would take a photo of the board, and yeah, after that, after a few hours, after a couple of days, we know, okay, I think I forgot some words. We would always go.
So you revise it basically. Yeah. So what's your favorite long word? What's your?
My favorite long word is actually part of a song. It's the title of a song. It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Oh, how do you spell that?
Okay. supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Oh my God, that's breathtaking. So what is your favorite long word?
My favorite long word is floccinosinihilipilification.
FLOCCINOCINIHILIPILIFICATION. Oh, well, so you guys can like really do it. Who can do it like really fast? If there is a word that you just have to like say that word. Who can like do it like really, really fast? If I give you a word, discombobulate, who can say that fast?
Okay.
Who can say it? Just say it now.
DISCOMBOBULATE. Discombobulate.
Well, that's really cool. These guys can actually do it without any hesitation, in fact. So all the very best for your final contest that's going to happen next week. Well, that's it, Sudhir, from here in Chennai with these two young kids who are very brilliant.
I must say, Shrisha, what confidence, what charm, and I love their body language. All the best to them for their grand finale at the Australian Spell Bee contest. That's it then on Up South this Friday evening. From the entire team at Up South, thanks for watching.